We're gonna be late.
I got it. Hold the door for me.
See you after practice?
Yeah.
Let's go. Feels smaller than I remember.
See you after practice?
Yeah. Feels smaller than I remember.
We just got bigger.
Ready? Yeah. Let's go.
Across the asphalt of Westchase, where the shadows of the steeple lean, there's a boy who never left the block, but saw everything in between. From the pews of Grace to the middle school halls, you heard a whisper through the brick walls, saying, don't just watch the world go by, go where the hungry spirits lie. He's still showing up, quiet and steady, when the harvest is thin and the fields aren't ready. He's a bridge over the street, he's a light in the dark, a soul born of gospel, who's drilling spark. They call him Zeus, but he carries the rain to the roots of the city, to ease the strain. 40 years running, and he's still in the cup. Yeah, Brent's still showing up.
When I was involved in starting Friends of Westchase with Pastor French, we spent a lot of time in the community figuring out what the program ought to look like. And around in the Westchase area. And one of the things they were saying is that one of the needs was there was not a lot for the youth to do after school. And a few years into things, there's these amazing coaches at Revere who want to start this basketball academy. And they get these kids going with their basketball and they start thinking bigger. They want to do a program where community service is required to be on the team, where being in a mentoring program is required to be on the team. And they approached the church through Friends of Westchase, and all of a sudden the idea was born that we could mentor this basketball team. And a lot of the kids came from Paul Revere, and some people were talking to me because of my involvement over there, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could get together some people I know in the community who either went to school at Paul Revere or have kids in school in the community, live right in the community, and next thing you know, we had a group of guys together, we're playing basketball with these kids, and the idea to make this a lot more intentional came about. What if, instead of just meeting on the court and shooting buckets, which is a great way to meet them where they are, find out who they are, and make some connections. But what if we started bringing in some life skills? What if we started bringing in some ways for them to be involved in the community, to listen to them about how they would like to better themselves. Not our idea of what bettering themselves would be, but something from them. And that's how this group was
Called a
born.
friend from the 80s line, said, Jonathan, it's mentoring time.
So for me personally, it started back 7 years ago when I was in California. I was in the Navy, and I love basketball, I love sports. So as I was connecting with the youth, I realized that a lot of the kids didn't have like male role models. They didn't have fathers, they didn't have uncles or active fathers or family members. So just by hanging around them and playing basketball with them, they really connected to me. So I was like, okay. And then we just kind of expanded on that and just used our love for sports to start our own team. And I would say coming out here, we did that for about 4 years, I would say, and then moved out here. And I started working at Paul Revere, where it's the same thing, just a lot of people in the community, and you can tell that the kids just lack that foundation at home and in their life. So a lot of moms, a lot of the parents, single parents, they kind of flock to me, but a lot of the kids flock to me. So as a support system, and I just wanted to build upon that and basically provide them with male leadership in their life. I got some coaches behind me now. We got the mentorship room. I just want them to be able to, whatever situation they came from, whether they got a parent, whether they don't have a parent, whether they got a granddad or uncle or not.
Now the paint hits the walls at Paul Revere, turning the gray into something clear. Watch the brushstroke morph to a Houston street where the murals bloom and the rhythms beat. It's more than a room, it's a place to stand, built by the work of a faithful hand. From the Houston heat to the Blue Ridge air, where the trails get steep and the bears are there. A cabin in Georgia, cinematic view, life's a long hike when the heart is true. Through the escape rooms and the basketball rim. If you're looking for a leader, you're looking for him.
I'm Mike Davenport. I've been working with MentorUP for about a year now. I started with mentoring at Paul Revere, at lunchtime mentoring, so I did that for a year, and then I heard about this thing called basketball and burgers, and someone asked me, hey, would you want to come play some basketball on Saturday with some kids? And so I did, and so made a connection right away with the guys. And what I like doing about this is I love sports, and I love kids. I understand the struggles that we all have. I was a kid once myself.
The lineage of men who build a land, taking the future out of the past. He doesn't need the stage or the neon glow, just a seat at the table where the children grow.
My name is Abram Riddell. I'm a basketball player, and I go to these meetings so I can become a better communicator with my community. I build a lot of chemistry with my team, and I learn a lot of things out of the activities we do.
Houston soul with a hand held out. That's what showing up is all about. He's still showing up, quiet and steady, when the harvest is thin and the fields aren't ready. He's the bridge over the street, he's a light in the dark, a soul born of gospel, a blues-driven spark. They call him Zeus, but he carries the rain to the roots of the city to ease the strain. 40 years running, and he's still in the cup. Yeah, Brent's still showing up.
Hi, my name is Staton, and I went to Paul Revere. I was actually the first 6th grade class. I went there when it was a brand new school. Grew up in this area, so it's really neat to be able to come back and see about helping just guide these young men as they go through that age where middle school and up through high school, and so it's neat to be back here with them.
Scarecrow, cedar man, follow the prince in the Texas sand, still showing up, still showing up.
Better themselves. Not our idea of what better
Give a man his
themselves
flowers
would be, but
now,
something for them. And that's what the group is for.
still showing up.
So we'll cut that up and use it how.
One, two, three.